Mr. Ramos stayed in phone contact with Ms. Pessolano as she led Mr. Johnson and his Cadillac to Overlook Drive just off Island Pond Road in Springfield. Testimony at trial would show that Ms. Pessolano went to the front door of Mr. Johnson's car as the defendant and Nathanial came from around the corner on Island Pond Road and walked past the victim, going up the hill of Overlook Drive. A minute or so later, the defendant, with a firearm in his hand, and Llanos came running back down the hill to Mr. Johnson's car. The defendant then pointed the gun at Demarcus Johnson and demanded that he empty his pockets. Mr. Johnson was standing outside the front door of his car at the time with his back to the car. Mr. Llanos made attempts to empty the victim's pockets as well as the defendant. After change was emptied out of the victim's pockets and his watch was taken from his body, the defendant struck Mr. Johnson in the head with his gun. Immediately following that contact, the gun discharged directly into the top of Mr. Johnson's head. Mr. Johnson fell to the ground, and the defendant, Mr. Llanos, and Ms. Pessolano fled the scene.
Mr. Bennett told us about the length of the barrel,
Yes.
that it was a 40 caliber.
Yes.
All right. And was there, in fact, to your knowledge, ammunition in it?
Yes.
All right. And during the robbery episode, or at least the attempt to rob, Mr. Johnson, did you strike him in the head when he struggled against you?
Yes.
And when you struck him in the head, did the gun go off?
Yes.
All right. And do you have any question that he died from that bullet wound to the head? All right. Do you understand, did you have a license to carry this